actually a core part of the song of this opera called Orfeo and Eurydice that we will be performing sometime later this quarter in, I think, the State Playhouse. So some people are pretty scared to speak in front of an audience. They succumb to the pressure of knowing everyone's attention is on you, staying on topic, staying within a time frame. But what about performing like what I just did? Would you be scared to do that, or actually just speak in front of an audience? So performing is an art, and it's a culture I identify with. I've been identifying with it since around high school. And by learning about it, people will hopefully have a better understanding of what performance is. Performance it's been around for plenty of years, for thousands of years, since the first performance was possibly around 534 BC, and that's when people it was just poets would be writing poems and performing them on stage. Since medieval times, that being maybe around 13th, 14th century, all the way to modern 20th century, composers would write music, and it would be told as stories about intimacy, love, death, comedy, and they get people such as singers to sing out the words, dancers kind of dance out, act out in forms of dance, and they get orchestras to play out the music to give a setting. Performing is basically just storytelling. It's been around for many years, and one very well-known form of storytelling is opera, like kind of what I just did right now. Opera is basically a play, but just sung out entirely, no speaking, it's all singing. Even when characters are speaking, they're singing it out. One very well-known opera is Orfeo and Eurydice. The story behind that is Orfeo is actually, it's based on a Greek myth. Orfeo is a musician who has a wife named Eurydice. In the beginning, she has died, so they're at her funeral. Orfeo is obviously very destroyed. He's sad his wife has died. So Amore, which is Cupid, actually goes, he offers Eurydice, Orfeo to actually go into the underworld and bring Eurydice back to life with the condition that he can't look at her at all. If the condition is broken, he can't bring her back. So the entire opera is Orfeo is on his way to the underworld. He gets there, he tries to surpass the Furies that at first won't let him go through, but then he wins him over with music, with a guitar to be exact. Afterwards, he finds Eurydice and they're on their way back, and he almost makes it at one point where Eurydice kind of questions his love for her because he won't turn around to look at her. So she starts thinking that he doesn't love her anymore, and she's about to let go of his hand when he turns around, he looks at her, and, well, he broke the promise that they had made. So Eurydice dies, and Orfeo, again, is very destroyed by that. So he's about to kill himself until right before that, Amore comes and sees that he has a great love for her, so happy ending, he brings her back to life and live happily ever after. So performing is basically what I do, it's what's a part of me. When I was little, around 5 years old, I always made up my own songs, wrote them down with whatever little writing skills I had. I sang them, and I had a little guitar that I remember I went to Tijuana. I bought a little guitar there, and I'd always kind of make up harmony to go with my vocal melody. I didn't come up from a performance background, so my family always thought that was weird. Around somewhere between middle school, I kind of went into this little musical hiatus. I stopped with music. I didn't even really listen to it much. I didn't care much for it. Until afterwards, I tried out for my former high school's choir, and I had gotten in. Afterwards, I had gone to Disneyland. I decided to go into Tomorrowland, and they had a little karaoke, which I decided to take part in. Next, there was some sort of audience that I didn't even realize. And now I'm actually being classically trained. Here at school, I have performances once a quarter in music hall, which is my music building. And we are actually practicing for the opera that I will take part in. So, performance, it's basically what I identify with. It's what I've known for a good long time now, and it's what I love doing. And it's not just, you don't have to have a big audience for it to be a performance. You just have to have someone listening to what you're doing, and you're a performer already.